Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, 100% RC, Professor Damian Flowers, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of Voice of the Fans Sportscast. I'm your host, Ben Swift Reynolds. We have Professor Flowers and 100% RC with us. Tell us what's going on.
What's
Not
up,
too
man?
bad. Good, man. Not too bad to lose an hour of sleep.
Dude, I'm struggling. I ain't gonna lie. I went to man, it took me about an hour and a half nap when I got off work today. I was no good. So I able to put the show together, get everything up and going before I took that nap. So I just had to take one. You know how it is.
How long does this nap consist of?
An hour and a half. Probably
Ain't no damn
when
nap. Your ass went to sleep.
Hey, right. I don't end up taking some sleep tea tonight. Watch. I already know. I end up trying to take something to go to sleep. But man, I need it, man. My eyes, since they add on new stop on to me, I gotta wake up like at 5 o'clock in the morning to go do the stop, and then go run my route after I finish doing that. So I'm struggling. I got coffee over here right now.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you freezing up a little bit though. That's about it.
I'm gonna log out and log back in and see if that'll help.
Okay. While we wait on RC, what you do this weekend?
Do this weekend. Man, I got a short memory. I'm getting old, man. What did I do this weekend?
Hey, we talked about on that.
Too much.
We talked about that on Pod Squad. How we've been talking about how we've been losing our memory lately. Like just, I don't know, probably what we eating.
Went to,
What? Not too young folks losing your memory, man.
I losing my memory.
Not the person that be calling everybody got dementia already.
He said dementia. Hey, don't go there now.
That's a strong word.
That's a strong word.
Me and the family went out.
You know, Flowers. He loved to throw the old people under the bus. Old, washed up, gone, bye. He can't. How old you is, Ben?
I'm 35 now. I just turned 35.
35 years old. He can't remember which way he went when he left the house. And look, that's probably all of in the sports injuries he had from running his head into people's body when they were tripping.
I never led with my helmet. Never that. Randy, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in from the What's Up the Sports Podcast. Check out his show. It's a great show. He said melatonin for sleep. I need to try and give me some of that. Then Jay Kelly, yes, sir. I'm happy, man. Best D-line in the game, top 3 defense. So,
talking about the Raiders.
Yeah. I bet you are. And the most unknown, what's up? So we gonna go ahead and dive into this. We were gonna talk about this past Friday, but good thing we didn't, guys. Perfect timing. Russell Wilson signs with the Steelers, right? I think it was like how much, 1.5 million or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they got him on the dirt cheap low. You have your low, but you have dirt cheap low. You can find some good bargains there. So he signed with the Steelers. RC, what was your reaction? I kind of already know how you were feeling, but what was your reaction to Russell Wilson signing?
I was happy for Russ, man. It's a match made in heaven. To me, I think it's a perfect fit. You got a coach they're gonna work with Russ. He's 0-2 against Russ. Russ has made his life a living hell, like he made of most of the NFL's life a living hell. I think they get him for 1.3. What'd you say? 1.4. So
like
basically,
1.5, something like that.
the rest of it's basically getting him for free. He got young talent around him, 2 good running backs, a decent O-line, a really good defense, a coach that's hungry to get over the hump, far as, just barely making the playoffs or having to win the season. So I'm happy for Russ, man. I think now Russ, it's time to prove something. It's time to remind the NFL of who you are and what you've been in your career outside that 1 year and just, get back to business. It's a perfect fit, man. I think the NFL's right when teams like the Steelers and the Cowboys and Niners, the Blue Bloods, when they're really good, I like that. So salute to Russ being back where he's supposed to, being with a better team he's been on here lately.
Okay. All right, Flowers, what was your reaction to it?
Happy for him. Same thing as RC saying, man. People give Russ so much BS, man, for everything that was going on in Denver. They try to make it like he was the main sole reason that Denver was so bad. But he took that deal to stick it to Denver because they got to afford the tab on with about $38 million. So he took that $1 million just to stick it to them. But like I say, Pittsburgh get him for free. They don't have to pay too much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at his stats. I mean, compare his stats to Trubisky. I mean, all 3 of the damn quarterbacks that was in Pittsburgh, they don't stack up to what Russ did for the past 2 years. So you put him with Mike Tomlin. You get him with somebody that got structure, somebody that can be respectful. They're going to have his back. Tomlin's going to have his back in the locker room. Everybody's going to have his back once they see he can play. I don't want to hear all this other stuff about he's a locker room cancer and stuff. He's going to fit just fine in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, kind of Mike Tomlin ain't gonna play that ish. He gonna have that man in boot camp. But
I'm quite sure that's what Russ will want anyway. Coach him. I mean, you sitting there acting like Russ can't be coached.
Yeah, I mean, he has a proven track record of winning. So I mean, he gotta be somewhat coachable in order to win. Where do you think that put the Steelers? Playoff run, Super Bowl contender. Flowers.
I mean, they'll lock in for, I'm quite sure, 10 wins. Look, I'm just looking at Russ. Like I said, I'll just take the past 2 years. I won't even talk about the 10, 11 marvelous years he had in Seattle. I just take his last 2. You can't tell me, even if they would have had Russell Wilson this year, they would have probably won 11 games. They would have won more games this year with Russ. Let's be honest here. I mean, Mason Rudolph comes in and looks decent. A whole lot better than what Kenny Pickett did and Trubisky did. And they still scraped up 10 wins. And that's crazy, man. You giving this man somebody like Russell Wilson to look, and I understand everybody think he washed up and stuff, but he's not going to have to do a lot. And he can manage that team. Make plays when needed.
Mm-hmm.
Defense is going to play. Go ahead.
Yeah, he got great defense behind him and everything. And Najee Harris seemed like he ran better at the second half of the season. Mm-hmm. So as long as they can keep their run game going.
Well, one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
If Arthur Smith can reinvent Ryan Tannehill, you mean to tell me he can't have success with Russell Wilson?
That's a solid question.
That's right.
We're gonna see. So do y'all guys know where the Steelers Las Vegas Super Bowl odds were at before Russell Wilson signing?
Probably bottom tier. I didn't see
that. Had me
about
that had me at 70. They had him at 7,500, right?
That was close.
Yeah. So now guess where they have him at now with the Russ signing?
About 25.
7,500.
Still.
And they didn't move. They didn't move the needle. So I think that they looking at the AFC gauntlet. Chargers, you know what I'm saying? They get a new coach. They should be on the rise, right? The Bengals getting solid players back. Joe Burrow coming back from injury. Yeah, they signed to us. They busted up the defense today with safety.
You losing Joe Mixon, I think. T. Higgins is one.
You think so? Well, I feel like they got a nice trio of receivers already with Tyler Boyd. Well, Tyler Boyd, he might hit the market.
Tyler Boyd,
he's on the market.
He's on the way. He gonna hit the market. Yeah, I feel like the Bengals will give him another receiver in the draft.
T. Higgins is upset because they cut off contract talks with him last year around this time. They haven't had conversations.
Right, cause he came out and demanded a trade. So Russell Wilson, we're not gonna let Russell Wilson off the hook just yet. I have a clip to show y'all, and y'all tell me what y'all think. Hold on, let me take this down real quick.
Documentary about Russell Wilson, it would have to be titled "There's Something About Russ." He's now leaving Denver, and Carl Mecklenburg, a very respected former Bronco legend, said Russell Wilson isn't a leader. The foolishness that went on in his first year at Denver, a private coach, own office at the facility, family at training camp, other players didn't have those privileges, proved his self-centeredness. Multiple Seahawk players went public with a Super Bowl winning quarterback, hammering him. They didn't even do that with Jay Cutler. Zach Wilson, you heard private grumblings. Nobody goes public with it. Aaron Rodgers. I was talking to New York sports writer Ian O'Connor the other day, a great author. He's writing an Aaron Rodgers book, and he's like, you can't find a player, any top player he's played with, overwhelmingly, they love Aaron. The gloves come off. People just don't do that to bad players. I mean, McCole Hardman got crap because he called out an organization. He didn't call out really players.
RC, where's your thoughts on that?
I think you purposely do this to get me riled up, but you're going to give me the night because
what are you talking about?
What's the common thing around bitter ex-teammates or jealousy and envy? If you could, all three of us on this panel, if you dig hard enough, you'll find some dirt or someone feeling like some way about me, about you, or whoever. I don't pay that. That holds no weight because, like I said on the last show, the only two guys that have come out publicly talking about Russell Wilson out of Seattle are two guys that both of them got. One of them has multiple DUIs. One of them has one DUI. And like I said, make up words on the fly and getting paid off being stupid. That holds no merit hearing someone of not saying that he's better than them, but they'd be the last people I would just like have an issue with. I would take their opinion, a strong opinion, and be like, I value it. Now, if Pete Carroll came out and said some of this stuff, or others, like I'm talking about 10 to 12 people, I can't listen to Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, and Luke Longley. Why I'm doing that? And then let me move on. So you go to Colin Cowherd. This is who you go to. The devil.
No, that's the guy. He quoted somebody from the organization
But see, the thing about everything
that played with the organization.
Everything that he named about Russell Wilson having, I bet you if you go do your homework on Brady, any top quarterback in history,
their own private office on the second level where VIP rope is set up.
Bro, I guarantee you that if Peyton didn't have an office in Indianapolis, he had a condo somewhere. He had something that was for him. It's really a witch hunt. You really digging and you really looking for something to hate this dude for. This is hard.
I'm just showing you the news of what somebody reported and what I've been saying.
This
guy is fake as a $3 bill, RC, and flowers.
But dude, do you realize you and Russell Wilson have a lot of characteristics? You don't smoke, you don't drink, you take care of your kids, you love your wife. He love his wife, he take care of his kids. You have a stepkid, he have a stepkid. What? So you basically talk about yourself. You're looking in the mirror. Only thing he likes is what's different?
No, not even close.
Yes. So you faking the $2 bill?
I'm an open book for everybody to come to me and talk and chat.
But when hasn't Russell Wilson not been an open book?
That's crazy.
Clearly in Seattle and clearly in Denver.
Well, let me take over, C, please.
Go ahead, bro. Let me tag you. Put your hand up. Put your hand up.
Listen to me. First and foremost, for a defensive player to go and talk about Russell Wilson and say that he's this and that, first of all, they're not even in the same meeting rooms. The offense is on one side of the damn field, and defense is on one. They don't even sit together on the sideline. Offense is
Exactly.
on one side, defense is on one side. You talk about defensive players talking about them. Name me one offensive player that said something bad about
Doug
Russell Wilson.
Baldwin.
What do you say?
No,
Not Doug Baldwin. The other one.
Who?
It was Golden Tate.
Golden Tate
Okay.
had a problem with everybody.
Everybody.
This
Jalen
person
Ramsey,
Harvin punched Golden Tate in the face.
talk to me.
I don't know. I don't remember that.
Yes, he did. Before
Yes,
the
he
Super
did.
Bowl.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. So you can't sit here and tell me a defensive player, and like he's saying, I like Colin Cowherd. Don't get me wrong, but this is the narrative that's been drawn up about Russell Wilson because Richard Sherman went on to Colin Cowherd's show to badmouth him, and Marshawn Lynch go on there and badmouth him, talking about he can. You gotta realize that these people work through Colin Cowherd, so of course that's the people he's talking about. Name me somebody else other than Marshawn Lynch and Richard Sherman that said something bad about him.
The Denver or
Okay,
the guy from Denver.
Hold on.
the guy from Denver that you're talking about. He's not a part of. He played for the organization, so he's hearing stuff, and seeing. Look, first and foremost, if Russell Wilson could have got a ocean in the Grand Canyon from them Broncos, hell, go for it because you don't know what they gave him the shit. So why sit up here and blame Russell Wilson for something the organization granted to him? That shit could have been easily nipped in the bud when it had negotiation.
Who gonna nip in the bud? They gave Hackett. Hackett and let him run the book.
They got a general manager. They had an owner. Who signed off on it?
Hackett.
The general manager and the
Listen,
owner.
man.
It's hard when you ever hear general manager actually stepping in and that involved the locker room aspect.
Okay, isn't Russell Wilson gone?
Yeah, they got him out because Sean Payton saw all this mess.
Who made
he
that
saw this mess. That's why he came out and criticized Hackett for letting all this go on in the Denver locker room. He said, "Look at this.
Like a Hackett problem.
Look at this."
So you don't think Michael Jordan has special privileges?
Exactly. You don't think Tom Brady has special privileges?
You don't think LeBron James has special
I don't
privileges?
doubt that. I'm not saying that, but when you put yourself in a situation where you're literally separating your teammates, like they can't talk to you, they can't interact with you, like they can't. You got your own second office.
Russell Wilson when he left.
Come on, I never heard anything like that.
You can go look this up. DK Metcalf said Russell Wilson was the greatest. He taught him how to swim. He taught him how to be a professional and every goddamn thing else. So
dude, do you mean tell me the comparison was Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers' teammates love him? And what is Aaron Rodgers known for? Come on. He throws his teammates under the bus. It's never his fault.
But they love him. But who had came out and bashed Aaron Rodgers?
Okay, Brett Favre was known for it's all about Brett Favre. Okay, you can go to Donovan McNabb. T.O. didn't like Donovan McNabb. You can go to each quarterback and you will find somebody who had some problem with somebody. Okay? Okay, listen to this. No matter how you may scheme it up or not, somebody in your organization did not like Drew Brees, i.e. Mike Thomas. Okay?
Yep.
Somebody, he had a bad word to say about Drew Brees. And you know Drew Brees is a stand-up guy. So if you go looking forward, you will find it. My issue with Russell Wilson is because what you said earlier is something about him. And I feel like you got the right to dislike him as an athlete, but to say it's something about him, and then I tell you, I'm talking about, I give you 5 examples, 3 that's looking ready. It's the same. You talking about me and you. We doing the same thing.
But I'm saying, RT, I would, as a judge of character, is about how you treat people. Like I said, I would never let.
How could he be in the league for 12 years? How could he be in the league this long? And now this is the narrative about him.
See,
he was not a narrative. It showed up in Denver. It's not a narrative. It showed up in another place.
This was the true narrative. He wouldn't have made it this far.
I'm just saying he didn't get enough Ferrari tour in Seattle. They just let him go.
Because who had the name first? The Legion of Boom or Russell Wilson?
Legion of Boom.
When it became time to pay the Legion of Boom, they said, "Fuck that." Excuse my language here.
Yeah.
They said we gotta pay Russell Wilson. That's what happened.
Okay.
That's when stuff started becoming sour.
That's it.
When we can't pay Chancellor Sherman and Thomas. They just felt like the money you about to give Russell Wilson, we deserve that.
Hold on.
They did deserve it more than Russell.
This is where it all changed. Okay, I forgot the OC name that called that stupid ass play on the goal line. it changed right there. The relationship, the relationship between that offense, that defense, that quarterback, that leader, captain for the defense, the ties were severed right there because they chose to put Russell Wilson as the guy to throw that ball and say, "Hey, we're going to Walt Disney," instead of saying, having Marshawn Lynch being
They didn't want
the face of
Marshawn to
that
be
team.
the MVP.
Right. They didn't want to be the face of their team. And so therefore, instead of taking it out on the organization, look, it even came back to bite Pete Carroll. They just abruptly, after it wasn't a bad season, they fired Pete Carroll last year. And he wasn't ready to stop coaching. So it's business. I just don't like the fact that we gotta. I'm feeling like this. If we're gonna look at this guy and say that he's fake, then what is real?
Yeah.
You can tell with certain people though. It's not about he does this and this and this. But you can read character by how you treat people, right? It don't matter if they're a good person or a bad person.
We've had
nobody
rules with these people.
So if you're telling me him going to the hospital every Tuesday when he's in Seattle is a bunch of shit, is what you telling me?
Everybody do that. It's plenty of athletes that do that.
No. Everybody.
Marshawn even visited the kids, and y'all still talk bad at him about his DUIs.
How many times?
Listen,
I don't watch the works. I don't watch what they
for
do.
Years.
I don't watch what they do, but I know Marshawn does a lot of things.
Hold on. I love Marshawn Lynch. I love him just like he is. But when Marshawn Lynch, I always say this: listen to who criticizes. Pay attention to the person that's criticizing. Colin Cowherd found he used Aaron Rodgers. He used a former. You know how the players in the early 90s and 2000s were about this current era.
Hey, see, let me cut y'all. See, Aaron Rodgers don't like Colin Cowherd.
Okay,
right.
But my point is this.
I just want to let you know.
My point is this: when a person is criticizing or saying such about a person, why are they doing it? What's the origin? What's the motive? Like when you say he seems fake, it's because he presents himself as this, as I'm a father, I'm a husband, I love God. Do that not sound like you, dog? Dog, that sounds like you, dog.
I don't know. That sound like me.
Come on, bro. How could you look in the mirror at that and say, okay, I would admire, I can relate to that. Instead, you say he's fake. I'm trying to figure out how you don't see that in freaking Sean Payton. He done got rid. Listen, bro. Sean Payton is getting rid of everybody.
He did that in New Orleans. He did that in New Orleans. That's why. Let's touch on what Denver have done.
Yeah, you're right.
Randy said Flowers, Aaron Rodgers ain't a fan of Kimball either. That's true. They've been throwing down. Kimball, threatening to sue him. Right, he threatened to sue Aaron Rodgers. But let's move on to what Denver is doing. I know Muscle Known saying back like, man, I not like what I'm seeing. But he got realized Sean Payton did this in New Orleans. He cleaned house.
This is the only resort. They have no choice. This is a no choice, and it's going to be characters like Justin Simmons, and Judy. They got traded. Judy, this is going to happen for the next 2 years, probably.
Yeah, and so what you think what the Broncos are doing right now, Flowers? With
it's totally revealed. You think about it. They don't have the money. They traded away all their draft capital, and they'll start to get it back. I think they got a first round pick. I think they got a first round pick this year.
Yeah, I think they do. I don't think they traded it. I remember they traded Chubb.
Yeah, this is the first year in about 2 years that they have a pick in the first round. But it's just full reset mode. It's obvious that Sean Payton been wrong with Russ, and he has full anatomy and control over this organization at the moment. And he said, "Hey, let's hit the reset button. Let me get my guys in here. Let's see, what we can do with my philosophy and me telling this to do that. You know how Sean Payton runs.
Yeah, he runs a tight ship for sure. A lot of people can't play for coaches like that. RC, shaking your head. You don't like the way Sean Payton going about it?
He'll be out of the league. He'll be fired in 2 years. I'm gonna tell you why. Now we saying that he had to do this. Well, if you having to do this, why would you cut a guy, eat that $85 million? Now listen, you didn't have to do that. I mean, you could have let the guy play, trade him in middle of the season. You could have. I'm sure there is stipulations that there's
structured the deal.
Yes, you could have. You just ate $85 million.
I don't think they'll be able to move him, to be honest, because they knew he'll be. You can't bench him. You can't bring in another guy that ain't gonna be
Dude,
even
you still
more
paying him,
struggling.
though. This is my point. You paying them and he playing for someone else. You might well let him play for you.
Yeah.
And you go listen. I'd rather him play for me. We work through whatever we work through. Finish this year off. He have a good year. I could trade him maybe at the end of the year, or at least I can see my. It's kind of like you paying for a house you ain't living in. I'm not doing that. I'm not paying for you to live in a house I'm paying for. I ain't got it like that. Obviously, Denver does. But let me just name 5 players that I'm gonna name 4. And none of these guys are old guys. Bradley Chubb was before him, but still, this is Denver organization. That's a young star. Justin Simmons, a young star. Jerry Jeudy is a budding star. I feel like the issue is not having a quarterback. No, I think that kid can play. You get that kid to certain teams and you put that kid with a quarterback, that kid can play. I think you getting rid of Russell Wilson. He's still young, relatively young. Like your offensive line, you had an offense. Say it again.
He's 35.
That's young in foot. He might as well not. The last 2 years of football, he ain't done nothing. Last year was a good year. Go look at his numbers. Good year for him. But my point is,
back end.
You didn't get rid of old guys who had contracts that were just you. What are you rebuilding to do? What to get younger than what you were?
So it's not about bringing in young guys. It's not about getting rid of certain people. It's about setting new environments, bringing in a new philosophy. Because if you're not there to buy in, it's just like what Deion Sanders did. If you ain't gonna buy into what we're selling, then you gotta go. You gotta go.
This man want to compete. He want to uproot New Orleans and bring it to Denver. But guess what? You gotta have Drew Brees, and you're not. What you gonna do?
You gonna get Michael Penix in the draft.
You gonna pick Michael Penix over Russell Wilson?
Yeah. I mean, why not? They'll give the fans a reason.
I don't think Peyton would take Michael Penix.
He loves accurate passes more than anything. You gotta be accurate in Sean Payton's system.
Man, you make Sean Payton sound like he Bill Walsh. I've never heard
I'm just saying what he loves.
Hey, see, I was listening to Shine Sports on Sirius XM this morning, and a guy called in. A Denver fan was talking about, man, Sean Payton ain't all that, and man, Adam Stein just, Sean Payton, he just there with his slobbing on boy.
See, this is my thing. Everybody have their favorite coach, but when I compare Payton to Gruden, to McCarthy, to Tomlin, to Bruce Arians, they're good coaches. It's just football is evolving and changing. You don't do total rebuilds. You don't do total reboot. You just reload. You don't.
How can you can't, like I said, if the player's not buying in, how can you reload if you still gonna have to visit in the locker room?
You just told one player to go home because he wanted him. He had a clause in his contract that was an injury clause.
37 million, yeah.
What they got to do with buying in?
It has a lot to do with buying in
because you want to know what's gonna happen. If he would have said, yeah, I'll take the clause, they still gonna cut his ass. Yeah, and they would have saving $37 million.
This the issue.
They would.
This the issue with quarterbacks. I would say in that system that you run, everything gonna have to look like what Drew Brees did. It's kind of like when Michael Jordan retired and what was his name that came behind Mike, played 2 guards, last name was Myers. The 2 guard position, won't know if his name, Randy Myers, something Myers. Whoever playing 2 guard in Chicago, it didn't matter who was there. It just didn't look right. It didn't make sense. When they swung it through the triangle and they got to him and they realized, got to get it back to Scotty because this guy ain't Michael Jordan. You can't replace Drew Brees. You can't duplicate what you did in New Orleans. It's over. It's done.
But
give a
RC. Think about what you're saying. He actually did it without Drew. We went 8-9 with Jameis.
You ain't won nothing without Drew Brees.
With Jameis. That's what I'm saying. Like, we were 1 game away from the playoffs. With a total dismal. The whole offense was disarray. Everything was bad. And we still made the playoffs.
When Drew Brees was there, I'm going to give you your props. teams will fear playing that offense because Drew was going to be pinpoint accurate. When you just said Jameis Winston was there, and what you were going to do when you got into playoffs, you might as well stay home because you know he's going to throw to the other team. Come on,
that's
dog.
okay. That's the same
Hey,
thing.
whoa,
Russell
whoa,
Wilson, isn't that the
put
same?
back up with McDonald just. Put back up with most unknown.
He said, if character's so important, then with Sean coming in and talk about Russ kissing babies when that's all Breeze did, especially after Katrina, like, why say that? The statement of Wale. That he's saying that, like, hey, stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to be a poster boy. Stop being fake. And let's get to work.
Dog. I'm gonna say it again.
That's what he told him. That's basically what he told him. I mean,
what's the difference between you and Russell Wilson? We can move on.
Well, for one thing, he's a millionaire. Huh? Well, for one thing, he's a millionaire, so that's
you just calling yourself. When you call this man fake, and you have gave me no reason. I don't understand.
I think you know how people put him on the front, like, oh, he's a great guy. He's a great guy, but he might be. He might be. He's like, you can be a great guy outside, but you might be really stuck up, conceited, and that's like have a big head. Yeah, that's why I get, man. I have a good judge.
So what kind of guy is Michael Jordan? Watch his flowers. What kind of guy is Michael Jordan then?
I mean, he's a great player. I don't think highly of him as a person, but I think he's a great player.
So who's a good person in sports that you like? Did you say he ain't fake? He's a real dude. He's a real dude.
Drew Brees.
You know, who? Drew Brees.
What Drew Brees say before he had to apologize?
He spoke his real. Whoever Russ was like, he spoke was on his heart, and they criticized him.
You can say that about Donald Trump. Donald Trump said it was on his heart. Whatever comes to Donald Trump heart, whatever comes up, whatever's in his soul comes up, right? So is he real? Is Donald Trump fake?
But you can respect it. Like that's the people. Do y'all not agree? The people that don't that have a two-face to them, like. Don't the people really
There's nothing about Russell Wilson that says two-faced.
I'm gonna give you the definition of two-faced, dog. Now watch me. I look up the flowers. Flowers, this dude ain't nothing. Then I turn to you. Flowers ain't nothing. And then I turn back to flowers. You see that? Two-faced. That is not Russell Wilson, dog. Get the deal.
I don't know.
Ain't no damn Harvey Dent, man. Come on, man.
All right. Russell Wilson went to Steelers, man. We're gonna see what they're gonna do. It's a tough conference in the AOC.
Kirk Cousins. I think Baltimore might have missed their opportunity. I think San Francisco missed their opportunity. Team's gonna step it up. I'm telling you, man. I think it's gonna be different.
Yeah, Jerry Jeudy went to the Browns. Like I said, I don't think highly of Jerry Jeudy.
You a Jag.
Yeah. He's a Jag, yeah. He is. He's just a guy, like my dog say. He's just a guy.
Yeah, like I don't know. Sometimes he had a case of the droppies too. All right. Kirk Cousins went to the Falcons. Man, I hated that. Because we literally had the best quarterback in the division, and that wasn't by a long shot. Now they bring in Kirk Cousins.
Baker was the best.
Wait a minute, I can't believe you said
Baker was
barely. We didn't think Baker was. Baker went to the Buccaneers. We didn't think he was better than Derek Carr at the moment.
But I'm saying after the season, you can say Baker better than the best quarterback in the division is Baker, right?
He don't want to say it. He don't want to admit to it.
Yeah, no, boy, I tell you the truth.
I don't know. That's a hard one. I think they close.
Who made the playoffs? Who won the division? Who beat y'all?
We missed the playoff on one game. We beat
y'all twice though. Didn't he beat y'all twice?
No, we beat them once. We split. No, Swift. That's attacking Russ' character. Sean came in acting thuggish, and his behavior for the most part was unprofessional. A lot of best players in sports be a-holes anyway. See, yeah, a lot of them are, to be honest. All right, RC, do you like that signing by the Falcons, Kirk Cousins?
First of all, I want to commend, I don't know who his agent is, but he's the best agent in NFL history. Got this guy paid every year of his career. His family's been well taken care of. I think he might got four kids. They ain't going to have to worry about nothing. Daddy ain't did much, but Daddy done got a lot. And I love it. I don't know who his agent is that made sure he's gotten paid. I'm going to look it up when we get off here today and highlight that this is the best agent in sports. because what he
I'm
does
hired that
is
guy.
this dude gets the most for his player. And I'm talking
Yep.
about, we know that when Kirk Cousins is healthy in the regular season, he's John Stockton. He's out there handing out assists. When he gets to the playoffs or he gets to big games, you don't see or hear from him. So having that in your division. But when I look at that Atlanta Falcons offense, I do see talent. I do see young talent and their weapons all over the place. The one issue they had was they didn't have a quarterback that could get the ball out. And so he does do that. He's just coming off a major injury. Technology has changed, so he will be healthy and ready to go. But to that amount of money for a guy, when you passed on the MVP of the league last year, whoever's in Atlanta, maybe Magic is running the organization instead of their own Magic City. Maybe he's running the organization because they selling more than wings over there. I don't understand what I'm looking at. How could you pass up on Lamar Jackson or not go after Justin Field, but you overpay for an older quarterback who's coming off a major injury? It don't make sense, but maybe it worked out for him. But Kirk Cousins, salute to him. Get your money, though.
Flowers, what do you think about that acquisition by the Falcons?
I actually thought it was a pretty good sign, to say the least. It's one of the things we probably thought was going to happen. Now, the bigger question is probably going to be, Justin Fields, what's going to happen with him, because the quarterback market's pretty much dried up now, unless somebody makes a move. But looking at Atlanta, man, they got a lot of talent. When we played them this year, the offensive line solid. A couple of weapons to throw it to, great running game. They just need a grown-up at quarterback. And I don't think Cousins has to go in there and be, the greatest or Captain Kirk. It would help. I think Kirk Cousins was, fourth in Pro Football Focus QB rankings before he got hurt, if I'm not mistaken. So he was having a great year, this past year. But to put him behind a better offensive line, some solid weapons, Pitts. He does great with tight ends. Cousins does. So, to go from having, TJ Hawkinson, the Pitts, and, Drake London's a big target. I think the Falcons is picking somewhere within 1 to 12, somewhere 9 through 12, somewhere maybe 13, something like that. I can't remember where they're picking, but with them signing Cousins, it allows them to, bolster the defense. I mean, they got a pretty good defense too. The defense was solid.
Yeah.
It's our defense.
Add him a weapon, or it allows you to, continue to add playmakers on. But man, that division is wide open. Even with Baker being back, and the Saints ain't hitting on nothing. Because the problem with the Saints, for the past 6 years, they've been over the cap. They've been over the cap. So every time you turn around, they got to restructure deals. So, and I'm sorry I'm taking this left turn, but I had to go here. Why do we praise the Saints so much when they've had the same team for the past 3 years now? They haven't been able to make any moves. How the hell does Loomis still have a job, or do we blame this on the Benson people? Because they seem like they're coming out cheap.
Well, no, they pay their players. The players love New Orleans. They love the atmosphere. It's just like we right there at the cusp, and we can't get over the hump. We can't get our own way, and we should have made that change last year. 2 years ago? Instead of bringing DA, we should never get DA the job. Should have kept him at defense coordinator and bringing a new young coach.
How can you change a team though when you can't bring in players?
We do well in developing players. We do well in that. That's why we still in contention and still be able to put a pretty decent product on the field, because we good at keeping players in house. We hardly ever go after big names anyway. We usually just build through. Yeah, but I was just saying we never really, even when we did have money, back with Drew Brees and Peyton.
Y'all ain't had money in 6 years.
Well,
why they didn't have money? Because that guy that's in Denver left the
Loomis.
But listen, everybody keep blaming the GM, okay? But I guarantee you, the guy down below the GM is, hey, I want that apple, that orange, that banana, that grape. He picking the players. That's the issue with organizations like that, even Atlanta. Like, that's why I said earlier off off record that all the teams in the National Football League are not trying to win the Super Bowl. Everybody has a different ulterior motive. You know, everybody trying to do something different. But some of them that pretending to like they want to compete and they want to cut, it don't make sense what you're doing. It don't make sense what you're doing. That's why I look at free agency and I laugh when everybody get the player and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna win the Super Bowl." That's not how this works. You know, so I don't blame the Saints for not going out and spending a lot of money. You know, even though you don't have it,
Keeping it
but
in house. We keep everything in house.
I don't blame you because guess what? A lot of these guys are overpaying. But watch the teams that are on the like Indianapolis take care of their own stars. Go and sign them up. You dump in a bag. The Niners usually make a trade every year for somebody every year. Look at the record all the way back to Emmanuel Sanders. Under that regime, they're gonna make a trade. Jimmy Garoppolo, that year they traded for him. Every year under Kyle Shanahan, they don't do anything in free agency. They're gonna go make a trade. If it ain't looking like they want to, go get somebody. But you have a clear understanding of what you're trying to do. That Atlanta Falcons and even the Saints, I don't know what they're trying to do. What
the Saints are trying. The Saints want to win. They really want to win. Yeah, that's why. But they too loyal. That's why Cameron Jordan's still there. He's like he only had like I want to say he had 2 sacks.
Mario Davis, yeah, you're right. Too loyal.
They
paid Mario.
Yeah. They brought back MT back for another year after everybody like, oh, okay, is he coming back?
See, but this is what I'm griping about. Okay, you bring him back now, he gone, and it's affecting your cap.
Yep.
I mean, it's fine that you're taking care of your play. Perfect example, us in Indianapolis. We take care of our players, and we top 5 in cap space. No, never spend it, of course. Like Valor likes going down the clearance out here. He don't want to go down the high price out. He's gonna take care of people, and he's gonna wait till tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. He'll go sign 1 or 2. But we're always $30, $40 million over the cap room. All I'm saying is y'all are close, but the cap has been the problem. Y'all truly couldn't really make a move if y'all wanted to because of y'all being over, because the numbers wouldn't match up depending on if y'all went after. That's what I'm saying. Depending on if y'all
we still be in trouble. Yeah, we still be in trouble way. If we cut, all right, we still take hits either way. So I guess they like, I don't know. I don't know how they fix it, but
it's like
they literally have to
only team in the negative in the cap. It's crazy.
Every year. That's why it's so important that we hit on our draft picks, because that's where we stay in a competitive mode, because we had guys like a Paulson Debo as a rookie. He came and slid right in. Same with Alontae Taylor. He was a rookie. I want to say last year. He came in, slid right in. So we try to use our rookies as starters, and that's just how it is. All right, let's go ahead and dive into the free agent frenzy. Barkley to the Eagles.
That's an FU
I don't know how I feel about that.
That's an FU move, man.
Yeah, exactly what it is. And Tiki, he came out and said, "You're dead to us, Saquon. Good luck. You're dead to us, guy."
No, Tiki, don't do that. Don't do that.
And Saquon, he came back and said this. He said, "You've been a hater since I got to New York, and all the dead to me talk. Don't smile in my face when you see me." Well spoken, Saquon. I feel you on that. But I feel for Giants fans because you see your boy Saquon. It's not they see Saquon go to a rival. I know it hurts seeing him go to a rival instead of going to just a regular team.
Talk to the management.
Yeah, it's the man that was saying I feel for the Giants because the Giant fan wanted Saquon. They wanted him there. But the management, he's a running back, so we're not gonna pay him. We're gonna play hardball with that guys. Yeah, they paid Daniel Jones. Look, Giants fans should have sent a petition right there and said, "Hey, no, this is not gonna fly. You pay Daniel Jones wants to be hitting free agency right now, not Saquon. They have it backwards. You can go get a quarterback.
No, this is the issue.
They could have traded for Justin Fields.
The issue with the National Football League. They created this narrative, and these running backs are having to pay for it. That's why I wanted Brock Purdy so bad to win a Super Bowl so we can swing it back the other way and normalize that position. because there's only one Patrick Mahomes. Nobody else in the NFL is worth $100 million at quarterback, in my opinion. Ain't nobody done shit. It's been him and Brady. So listen, until somebody dethrone the king, he can ask wherever he wants. He's king ransom. He can go in there and say, look, pay me what I deserve. He has stopped other quarterbacks in his division that they keep trying to put over him. He keep holding them at bay. Okay, so nobody else deserves $100 million. When it comes to them running backs, that narrative was created years ago, and it's just even when they turn 30, I watched Eddie George and others like get ushered out of the league because the league saying you're too old. You just got too many miles on your body, but still, it's like to me, quarterbacks are getting paid. Joe Flacco can get off his couch and go make money, and so I just feel like they devalue the position. Saquon to me, going to the Eagles, I feel like, it's just rush. It's just like Swift and Saquon, how much different are they? To
Saquon
me personally, DeAndre Swift.
They ain't gonna split
carries. Yeah, Swift is more not power run like Saquon. That's why I say the difference is.
They ain't gonna split the carries. I mean, Saquon's a more complete back. Can he stay healthy?
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
Well, Swift gone. Swift.
Yeah, no.
Swift.
Okay.
Swift it was with Chicago.
He in Chicago.
Yeah, he's in Chicago. Yeah.
But my point is,
go
Go ahead.
No, all I was gonna say was with Swift, you had a committee. With Saquon, there ain't gonna be no committee.
Right.
Well, they stopped using Gainwell about the end of the season. So Swift was getting most of the touches, but they need to do a committee. I feel like committee more.
Swift should have been getting more.
Yeah, they went away
from the most productive back that they had last year.
But I feel like with Saquon, I think he does need a number 2. I don't want to give Saquon 30 plus.
No, he injury prone.
He injury prone, so he gonna have to be regulated. And so that's what. But I feel for Giant fan, but Eagle fans, congratulations for getting Saquon. But like Flower said, that was a bit FU move to Saquon, and I agree with Saquon for doing that to Giants because you paid Daniel Jones, and I'm more valuable than Daniel. But y'all still went the route and went pay my money, played with me for the whole off season. Then decided to give me 10 million. Was it 10 million? Wasn't 10 million?
Yep. Franchise
when I asked him for I think 14.
So let me ask you this. This just me speaking hypothetically. We thought Jordan Love, be honest, up until he started to slowly progress, we thought Jordan Love was gonna be a bust. I heard it come out of your mouth in the corner of your being. You was like, it ain't gonna work. It ain't looking good. But the difference being is LaFleur is that offense, and he's a quarterback guy. He's gonna work with that guy, and it's an offensive minded coach. Who's in freaking New York? That's one of Belichick's disciples. Another one who's just destined to fail. They all fail. Sweatsuit wearing, hoodie wearing. Go ahead.
I won't put that on Dable though, cause he had Josh Allen playing real good football.
No, but I'm saying
that was the point of him going to New York though.
Dude, he had Josh Allen in the OC. He had Josh Allen in the OC role. Okay. Now he the head guy. Everybody not fit to be a head coach. Listen, my head coach is not a great head coach. He's a great offense. If he could just focus on being an offensive coordinator, I feel like that's what he do well. But as far as being a head coach and making decisions that they're gonna win or lose you the game, he ain't been able to get over that hump. So what I'm saying is we don't know how good Daniel Jones really is because he's not in a position. He's been playing with receivers that you and I both know they wouldn't start nowhere else. He had Richard James at one point in time. Who over there worth a damn that you gonna say I'm scared of when I look out there?
Oh, that's Slayton.
Come on, dog. Come on. So when you play,
I understand.
But let me say something real quick. See, I get what you're saying, but for Tyrod Taylor and the other guy to come in and be more productive, the Vito come in and be better than Daniel Jones, that's where it lost me.
But see, I get that. But we saw Daniel Jones last year, 2 years ago, take the New York Football Giants to the playoffs with 3 guys that worked at Subway and 2 guys that work at Burger King. Did we not see that? Got to the playoffs, they got dismantled.
But where's the butt at in that though? Saquon was healthy, and that was a great year from Saquon too.
But that's what got Daniel Jones paid. That's what got
where the argument comes in there right there.
That's what got Daniel Jones paid. I'm still saying you need skill. Remember last year they were criticizing Purdy. Hey, Purdy got this guy and this guy and this guy. Well, guess what? All quarterbacks look different with weapons. Unless you Ritter in Atlanta. I don't know what else he needs. Maybe he just needs to take up a different occupation.
He need to hold a playbook. Guy, he was
go in.
See, that's why I hated when Kirk Cousins went to the Falcons. The Falcons was just a quarterback away.
Yeah.
Now they're in the playoffs. Now I feel like they better than the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
So
dude, listen, your division got really good, really fast.
Just that fast. That's crazy.
Yep.
But so you rather get Daniel Jones weapons, but you want to get Lamar Jackson weapons?
I'm saying, so this is my issue. Lamar is in an organization that is stable, and that's on them dropping the ball. The way the offense is set up, they don't want receivers to come in and go down the field because that's not his game. We saw him play that style in the AFC Championship game. He lost. Standing in the pocket, patting the ball, trying to throw. That's not who he is. Now, when you got a passer of a guy that come out of an Peyton Manning them gave him high praise. You need somebody to throw to, dog. Like somebody. At least he got a washed up Odell. Who the hell do he got in New York?
Slayton's better than Odell right now. Darius Slayton's better.
Nobody's taking Darius Slayton or Odell. Nobody's taking Darius Slayton. Either or. No, but I'm saying you had to just close your eyes. You'll peep through there and get Odell. You ain't picking Darius Slayton.
Yeah.
You picking Odell off his name.
Okay.
Hopefully they'll buy you some couple of catches. So we saw Saquon goes to the Eagles. You know, I feel like Saquon probably a better fit with the Ravens, but
Texans.
Texans. But he chose the Eagles for some reason. He chose the Eagles, like you said, a big FU to the Giants. But we saw Josh Jacobs go to Green Bay, another guy who was disgruntled for not getting paid. Now he is up in Green Bay. Aaron Jones get released. Flowers, what do you think about that move from Josh Jacobs going to Green Bay?
I was kind of a little surprised by it. He took less, and they got rid of Aaron Jones because he didn't want to redo his deal. So, they say, hey, we're going to lowball you. We're going to go Brandon Jacobs, and we're going to let you go. That pretty much was the ordeal with that. In my opinion, and I think when we was in the playoffs with the fantasy football league, I was telling you the Zaire White kid, whatever his name is, Zaire White.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He looked better. He looked better than Jacobs with Las Vegas, in my opinion. The kid came, the last 2-3 games, I know he put up darn near 150 on the Chiefs, and he had a pretty good game he had pretty good games down the stretch when Jacobs was out.
Is he from Alabama?
No, he's from Georgia. He went to Georgia. So it made Jacobs expendable. Now Jacobs is from Alabama.
Okay, that's what it is. So I don't know. I feel like that was kind of like a lateral move. Like I said, Josh Jacobs is slightly better than Aaron Jones. Yeah, because of he don't have all them injuries as Aaron Jones. But I was kind of shocked about that. Y'all want to go through this free agency list real quick?
Knock them out.
Then we move on to LSU versus South Carolina brawl. Becker re-signed. Gardner Minshew went to the Raiders. 15 million fully guaranteed. They just giving out money.
I'm with C. Real quick. I'm with RC what he said in the chat. Why give Gardner $15 million when you could have gave Russ $1 and took that money and went elsewhere and continued to build the team?
That's a very good question. So I don't know how these teams be thinking, man. I don't know how they be thinking. All right, Tony Pollard went to the Titans. That's another head scratcher.
That's a head scratcher.
Because just keep Derrick Henry. He's better.
I don't think Pollard's going to be the starter. I'm telling you now.
That other kid, Tajay Spears. Yeah, he was looking good too.
Pollard.
That's crazy. DeAndre Swift went to Chicago. Who's the running backs for Chicago? I can't remember after Montgomery.
What's that guy's name?
He's yeah, dang it. I can't think
Herbert.
of his name now. Yes, Herbert, yeah.
The Bengals just released Joe Mixon and Zach
See?
Moss. They just signed Zach Moss. That makes no sense.
Was that that
Nah,
cheaper?
that was a late Joe Mitt.
No, that's a good pick. No, that's a good pickup. I mean, I've watched Zach Moss. Zach Moss had a great year this past year, man.
Joe Mixon though is way better than him.
I don't know if I can really say.
He's healthier. He can stay healthy. He's healthier than
Somebody can get good running
What
back.
I've seen from Zach Moss, though, bro, pretty much I think the Bengals looking at it to where they can get the same production, but Zach is cheaper.
I don't know.
Somebody
I don't know. Joe Mixon is like Kamara, like a great value Kamara.
They didn't use Joe Mixon.
They
honestly. The past 2 years, they really didn't use Joe Mixon.
But you know why
what Joe Mixon? Baltimore would use Joe Mixon.
Yep.
In the right.
You know why they didn't use? You know why they didn't use Joe Mixon? Because now I'm starting to realize that they didn't want to pay Joe Mixon. So if you use Joe Mixon, then that means you're gonna have to pay him.
You gotta pay him. Yep. 4th and 1 in the Super Bowl, we throw it.
Randy said valid files. Ray could have stuck it to Denver with Russ.
Yeah.
Right. Make a lot more sense. All right, Austin Eckler went to the Commander. That's a weird. That's a weird.
Well, they finna run. They finna run the offense. They're finna run that Cliff Kingsbury offense, and Eckler fits that.
Brian Robinson can do that too, though.
Yeah,
he's better.
But he's a thumper.
Yeah.
So Brian Robinson is a thumper. He might not even be there once they get through doing the regime change because he's a big, powerful back. Go look at what Kingsbury had in Arizona. He may keep him.
Was Connor there?
Yeah, Connor was there. So he may use Brian Robinson like Connor, but you're gonna have that scat back too.
Who's that? I always forget the other Commanders running back. He might be gone then.
Yeah, Gibson went somewhere else.
Yeah,
he went to New England, I want to say.
That's just okay. Devin Singletary went to the Giants. I guess that's that new Saquon.
That's like you placing 3rd place. And you get the yellow ribbon.
Right.
Now he's happy. He got paid.
Yeah, he got paid. Gabe Davis went to the Jaguars. It doesn't matter, Gabe. You still ain't with the ball.
I like that.
Said this. I think Gabe Davis is overrated.
Yes, he is.
Because
I like Gabe Davis.
I mean, he's cool, but
he disappeared too much.
There's too much inconsistency with him. Especially you got Stephen Diggs. Shakur started to take his shine. That's why they let him go, because Shakur kid coming up and stuff and Kincaid. But for Gabe Davis to have Josh Allen, I just feel like he should have been more impactful.
Exactly.
That's all. I mean, that's like hold on. Let me say this one thing. You move on. Them signing Gabe Davis to me is like them signing Zay Jones.
I don't think it helped them out much, to me, in my opinion. Matt Jones is sent to the Jaguars.
I like that.
They sent him home, literally.
I like
so,
that.
Hold on, is this like a little competition brewing?
So we have something going on in the National Football League. Go back to that NFL, that draft. What year did Trey Lance come out? 19?
2019. I think
it
was
19 or 20.
20. Okay, that draft. Zach Wilson is the backup now. Trey Lance is the backup now. Mac Jones is the backup. Justin Fields don't got a job. Do you see where I'm going with this?
That wasn't a good draft.
That wasn't a good draft. So this is the thing. I like this for Trevor Lawrence. Now you off your high horse. Now you got a guy behind you that we know. Doug Peterson was a Mac Jones. He knows about being the backup quarterback. Come in. I believe Doug sees something in Mac, and I believe that now Trevor Lawrence might get a haircut. You might see him get his haircut because he's going to feel some type of way, because that dude on the bench can win. He can play. And so I feel like I feel really good about this for Trevor Lawrence, because he needs to get over the hump. And sometimes what helps you get over the hump is the fear of losing your damn job. So
he ain't got over the hump yet. He ain't gonna never get over the hump.
No, but what I'm saying, that in-house competition.
He need a little kick in the butt. I feel like something against you.
When Gardner Minshew, wherever Gardner Minshew goes, like Gardner Minshew is gonna push the guy in front of him, might get in and win a few games. Because Gardner Minshew will stay in the league. He getting paid off of being
Hold on now.
backup. So
Let me go back to Jacksonville with Gardner. Now Urban Meyer made Trevor Lawrence the starter just off politics.
Mm-hmm.
Gardner Minshew had a great camp.
he did.
When he was in Jacksonville that year. So they just ended up naming Trevor because, like I said, because of politics, he was number one pick. So they figured let's not hold him back. That's why they got rid of Minshew and sent them to Philly. But Minshew had a great camp that year.
He sure did. And like you said, the only reason they took him because they took Trevor Lawrence in the first round. So they felt like they had to start him. Kendrick Bourne re-signed with the Patriots. Hunter Henry signed with the Patriots. Noah Fant resigns.
He signed with the Seahawks, did
he? Yeah, with Seahawks. I'm gonna skip some of these re-signings. Robert Hunt went to the Panthers.
They need it.
Yep, they sure did. Let's see. Oh, John Runyon went to the Giants. The boss of that bad O-line. Let's see. Bryce Huff went to Eagles to help out that defensive line. You know how they couldn't stop the run. They could barely get pressure. You already know how that was going. Marcus Davenport went to the Lions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, old Lions, man. They gearing up right there.
And they traded for Carson Davis.
Hey, CJ Gardner Johnson is a free agent.
He going back home.
Where?
To New Orleans. We just lost our safety.
So CJ signed with y'all?
Nah, I'm saying he should. He should just come back home.
He can't keep no damn job.
20 years with Tom Brady and Matt Jones in the last 2 weeks. Question, fellas, do y'all think Matt Jones did good? Would Bill Belichick still be? Do we think that if Matt Jones did good, would Bill Belichick still be the coach? Probably.
All that's not Matt Jones' fault. Like Bill didn't do nothing to help Matt Jones.
Right.
Sabotage.
Now, that played a part in it, but Matt Jones' attitude, demeanor didn't help either.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a two coin. Flip the coin, either side can be a problem. But I think it's a half and half thing. I don't think Matt Jones was the complete problem, but I think he played his part as far as not respecting the game with dirty antics and stuff like that. But Bill, you giving him a special teams coordinator, defense coordinator, offense coordinator, you're gonna set the kid back.
Right on. All right, I'll skip some of these guys. They sort of important. Leonard Floyd signed with the 49ers. Chris Jones re-signed with the Chiefs. Christian Wilkins signed with the Raiders. That's a big signing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Jordan Brooks signed with the Dolphins. They needed linebackers, man. We talked about that. They needed.
You know who haven't signed a linebacker?
Wait. Jordan Brooks left Seahawks.
Yep.
Yes, he went to Miami.
Bro, I tell you, Seahawks is stay at a world of hurt, bro. But they got
Dallas,
Patrick Queen.
Who got Patrick Queen?
I don't know. I seen Patrick Queen's name on the list, but they didn't give him a team, so I don't know.
He was Seahawks.
He went to Seattle.
That's why Brooks gone. And Bobby Wagner, so I think he gonna test free agency also.
He should just retire.
Bobby led the league in tackles this past year. You crazy?
He should.
Bobby
retire.
still got it. Bobby led the league.
I don't know, man. He's a liability in some, especially in coverage. He's a liability.
Dallas can't use Bobby Wagner.
I don't know. They're gonna help Dallas.
A linebacker that can cover sideline and can tackle sideline.
I'm gonna tell you somebody.
Can he cover?
I'm gonna tell you somebody who you strongly consider becoming a linebacker to prolong his career.
Who?
Jamal Adams.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joker.
Be a damn good linebacker. Damn good linebacker.
Play safety. Yeah, he need to play outside linebacker.
Damn good linebacker.
Oh, there was a good signing right here. Xavier McKinney went to Green Bay to help out secondary.
I wanted us to sign.
I like what the Packers are doing. Hey,
the Packers gonna be good.
They spinning that cheese, that cheddar.
I want us to sign McKinley so bad.
And Geno Stone went to the Bengals.
Yeah.
That's we talk about this secondary. That's gonna help him out. So
Meh. The Bengals in trouble.
Well, Geno Stone, man, he's a dang good ball hawk.
Look, the Bengals are in trouble because you got to retain your stars. If you lose Joe Mixon, he gone. And T. Higgins went out of there. Well, guess what? If Tyler Boyd leave, everything looks unfamiliar. I'm starting to believe that some of these guys believing that their offense, I can plug and play. Listen, bro, the Bengals, I'm looking to this phone, this camera, and say this to the Bengals. They ain't been the same since the Super Bowl. There's like they don't. I feel like they have spurts where they look spectacular, but then but the players that you just lost, they irreplaceable. Joe Mixon is a damn good running back, dog. Like he is up there for me. Kamara, Caffrey, Mixon, they do everything. Why would you get rid of that guy? I like Zach Moss too, but he ain't Joe Mixon, man. Joe a dog.
No one said Joe Mixon is. Like I said, he's a great value Kamara, and
no, he's Joe Mixon. He ain't a great value. Just Joe Mixon.
They were comparing him in the draft to it was them three guys, Christian, Kamara, and Joe. They all like had a similar skill set.
Yeah. Well, listen to me. If Joe Mixon don't slap that woman, he was best back in that draft.
Yeah, he'll be in the first round. That's who the Saints were looking at before Kamara, cause like you said, the whole incident. That's what made him. I think he stuck the girl at the bar, right? It was at the bar. He stuck the girl.
He threw a drink on or something. If they get Joe Mixon, they go into the Super Bowl. Okay.
What team?
If Joe Mixon goes to the Ravens, that's to get over the hump back for him. That dude, I never see a dude fall back. That dude always fall forward. Then in my heart, I know Kansas City won't do it, but they may. Kansas City always pulls something out of their hat. He'll fit good within that offense, but they got Pacheco. But they can lose McKinnon and Hilaire, and pick up Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, my thing is Joe. If he's splitting time with freaking Pacheco, you won't do that.
Even Houston, right. Dallas.
Houston,
Dallas. Yo.
But Dallas not gonna do nothing.
They have to now. They don't have a running back.
They're gonna get a running back, but they're gonna probably try to make Rico Dowd or whatever his name is first.
That shit ain't gonna work.
They try to be cheap. They don't want to. Listen, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. Derrick Henry is done. If you think Derrick Henry finna rebirth, he got too many miles in that body. He's done, bro.
I think he's still good. Just pairing with a 2-back.
No,
I think Derrick. I don't think
he got something
1,500
plus yards there and Henry no more, but I think you can still give him 15 carries and he can be.
I'm telling you, he's LeBron James right now.
And his workouts are incredible. I like watching him. He do some amazing things in workouts.
He has to understand, like other athletes who post that shit, that it works against you when you get in the game and you don't trick. Like, dude been running like this since he was in the 7th, 8th grade. So his body really beat up from football. And I really feel like looking at Derrick Henry now, man, just where do we fit?
True. Unless you just gonna put
he can't catch the ball. Never mind. I don't think he'll be good in Baltimore.
I mean, he can catch it, but that's not his strength.
His forte. That's not his forte. So I don't know he'll be good in Baltimore. I think he probably do like the Texans.
In Baltimore.
Texans be more better.
I don't think so. I feel like Saquon would have been the better fit because of that scheme that West Coast zone scheme that they run with. Derrick Henry just want to be, he's a power back, man. You want to hit the gap, power, make a play. That's kind of them offenses are kind of like saying they kind of going out the league. So you have to be a diverse back. You got to be able to run. You got to be able to catch nowadays.
Right. Also known said, who do we have as our winners and losers right now at the free agency?
Too early to tell.
Yeah, I'd say the team that did a good job is the Eagles. They bolster up. I think they bolster up why?
It's not gonna mean anything. Look, they can go get Saquon. They can go get the Hub kid.
They got Hub, yeah.
That's cool. I mean, that's a diamond in the rough. They paying him on a cheap because let's say that's a diamond in the rough. Still got to stop the run. It don't mean nothing if you can't stop nobody.
That can address some things. Crazy is still early. Like I said, I like what they adding them 2 pieces right there because Saquon is definitely a game changer.
The tush push is no more. Okay,
It's dead.
that's dead. That's gone.
And look,
So
you
we're talking about crazy. Wise. We talking about crazy.
Kelsey. I'm talking about Kelsey's gone.
Yeah, you don't have.
I'm saying crazy. Why? Which team y'all think have done a good job? I say the Eagles have done a good job because they added.
I just think it's
2
too early to say.
Listen, bro. What was the issue the Eagles had this year? It was not a running back. They didn't have a running back issue. What was the issue they had?
Well, they did have that later on because they stopped running it. So
no, what was the? I'm talking about. It was
couldn't stop nobody.
Their secondary was horrible. And then at each level, their D line was okay, but then the linebackers played horribly, and then the secondary. The first thing you address in free agency is a freaking running back.
I mean, it's still a lot of people out there. They brought in 2 pretty good players.
Well, hey, yeah, think about it though. They ain't got a lot of money.
They don't. But listen, get on the phone.
They went and got some people that make some plays.
Can I Walmart guy? Hey, how you doing? Can I speak to Sean Payton? Yeah, put him on phone. Hey, y'all still want to give y'all Pat Surtain? Is he available? Because we need a corner.
He's definitely available.
Okay, that's what you need to do, Philly, because
they can probably do that. No, Detroit need to call Denver and try to get Patrick Surtain.
They better do it before we do it, because
that's what I'm saying. Cam Detroit corner. What's his last name? Cam Sutton would get torched.
Well, that's it. They traded for Carlton Davis today.
I don't like Carlton.
I'm just
doing that little dumb dance on the sideline. Carlton Davis, he's bad.
But see, what Detroit gonna do is they're gonna shoot up their D line so the cornerbacks look better. See, what make cornerbacks look better is pressure on the quarterback. So I feel like
that's why they got Huff.
They're addressing their defensive line.
Yeah, but but right now the Eagles they get an A for going and getting 2 studs. It's still early. I'm pretty sure they're gonna fill up the roster. And for a loser, well, Giants, I mean, they lost last year too by giving Daniel Jones all that money. So that's gonna.
But they lose. All right, Saquon and get Burns.
And Burns is good. You put Burns. You got Burns and Thibodeau and Dexter Lawrence. That's a damn good big line.
Yeah, I forgot about the trade for Burns, but that's not a free agent. They traded for that. All right, let's move on real quick. We got a couple of topics to get to, so let's go ahead and dive into it. LSU and South Carolina got into it yesterday. I have it right here.
I'll tell you this. I wish she would have pushed Angel Reese. Don't push a kid. You 6'8". Don't push somebody that little. That was uncalled for, in my opinion. Let those 2 girls that were jawing, let them go at it.
That was the LSU women's coach. I forgot her name. Do y'all remember her name?
Yeah, Kim Mulkey.
Kim Mulkey. RC, do you agree? Do you agree with what she's saying? Is this good? Do you agree with what she's saying about Angel Reese and the other girls tussle?
I love it. Women's basketball needs something, and they got it. Right now, women's basketball is on fire. I could care less if they pulling each other hair weave out, eyelashes, whatever the hell they want to do, whatever draws the attention. I coach women's basketball. It's been, to me, this is a prime moment for them to seize it. See, the men's basketball need to do this shit. They need to get back to tussling and having animosity and not liking each other and saying, I want to snatch LeBron's toupee off his head. Instead, they want to hug each other and act like they love one another during the game. We know y'all brotherhood, but this is great for the game. You got Caitlin Clark over there doing her thing. You got the girl Peel that played for Utah, Juju doing her thing. You got South Carolina. The whole SEC really is about 4 or 5 teams, and that's really good. This is good for the sport. When I got home from basketball practice, and I turned on, I didn't watch the game, and I saw all the melee. I was like, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is going to put asses in seats. This is going to put eyes on your TV. This generate revenue for these girls. Dude jumping over the damn rail to help his sister, that's the dumbest shit I ever seen, because dude, it's a girl fight. You bringing a gun to a knife fight. Come on, bro. Get your ass out the way. But I loved every minute of it. I have no issue with it. She could say whatever she wanted to. She could have said, "I wish she would have snatched your wig." I would have been cool with it. She could have said, "Ben." She could have said, "I wish you would have slapped shit from her." I would have been cool with it. People don't watch women's basketball. This is what they need. This is what they need, man. I love it.
Yeah, everybody come in that the women's basketball, college basketball is more hyped than the men's. It's way
It
better.
is. It is. 100 times better, man.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
well,
Paul, what did you think of that little escapade going
Oh
on?
man, look, it didn't bother me. I enjoyed it. The only disagreements I'm gonna say is, first of all, Coach Mulkey. I understand you trying to take up for your players, but I remember before the season started, Angel Reese and what's her name, Stroje. What's her name? Flojay. Stroje. What's her name?
Fly J.
Yeah, I
Flojay.
can't say it. Yeah.
Flojay. All right, that was beef, adequate beef between them two. The mothers were going back and forth. All right, Flojay, what her name is, stars it.
Mhm.
South
Fly J.
Carolina has an enforcer. She comes over, enforces. Why did Coach Mulkey, you're talking about she should have pushed Angel Reese. Why didn't Angel Reese come to the defense of her
Right.
point
Right.
guard?
Right.
That's what I'm looking at. And to see the young kid brother come out, that was the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, he jumped over the. Yeah.
Dude, those are women.
Yeah.
Why are you jumping? Why are you getting out the stands to involve yourself? And the ignorance I see, and I gotta address this, and people might not like me when I say this, but I don't give a shit. The bullshit I see online with our culture, my brother, that was my brothers. My brother's gonna step for me too. Why? What is that doing?
Right.
Why would you want your brother
Right.
to jump out of the stands and get arrested when she did? Got arrested for jumping over the stands, trying to interfere with another girl.
It's what we had
on national TV. Why would you
Man.
do that? And then
Right.
you jumped over and bumped into the young lady that's 6'8". You didn't want no piece of her.
Right.
You didn't want a piece of her. Then you're gonna put your hand on the girl. And thank goodness the officer was right there. Because the officer was looking.
He grabbed
and
him so
see
quick.
This guy because what if he would have hit her? What are we talking about then?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is foolishness. That is
Stupid.
I cannot fathom the ignorance in thinking you about what you gonna hit somebody because your sister instigated something. That's basketball. Let them play.
Right.
I don't want to hear that bullshit about that. Well, that's sister. That's my family. Fuck all that. Have some goddamn common sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's
Time
move
and place
on.
for everything. It's a sport. It's like they gonna tussle, they gonna fight, they gonna push. So let them handle it on the court. Now outside, and I'm gonna end up try to break it up, interfere, try and get in the midst of it. But on the court, man,
You're
come
they're
on
in
now.
a square, 94
Right.
feet with officials, coaching staff. She has teammates.
Other players.
Let them handle that. Don't you get your ass up and jump on this. That was the most ignorant shit I seen yesterday.
And guess
that was
what?
the first thing that caught my that was the first thing that caught my eye. Not even the fight. Just that fool jumping his dumb ass over the stands trying to what you gonna do?
Nothing. He didn't do anything. And now he's banned for games. I bet he banned from games from attending since
Got two charges popped on the day.
That's crazy, man. It's in the sporting arena. Like, why would you involve yourself in that? Like, we see players getting a fight all the time on court. You don't see other family members running on court for brothers and sisters. Like, people always just want to interject themselves in scenarios and try to go viral. Like, yeah, I did that. Come on now.
Ignorance, man. Ignorance.
Yep.
All
right. Something I
right.
want to say about it.
That's something I want to say too.
Maybe he looked at his sister like it's his brother or something, because he must have had a mental lapse that there was guys out there, because I would have checked his ass and been like, as the police officer, when I was grabbing him, like, dude, regardless of whatever their sexuality is, whatever they do, they're women. And you're going to jail, dumbass. You're going to jail. Because like you said, if you turn him loose and he go out there and he hit one of those women, okay, now
see, he touched one of he was able to touch one of the South Carolina girls before that cop got his hand on him.
And dude, you know what's crazier than that? It took away from the game.
Yeah.
Game was a good game, and I really feel like it kind of reminded me of the Detroit Pistons and the Indiana Pacers. It was a great value version of that. It wasn't an altercation. But when I see him jump over the thing and it was a guy coming right behind him, I'm thinking, oh, it's going to go down because you ain't coming to grab your sister. I mean, there's
Exactly.
people going to get in between. You coming with the craziness. So I'm glad it was good. It was good. It's good for the sport. We're talking about it, and they need to keep generating that type of interest.
Right. Because a lot of people are perking up, especially after Caitlin Clark performance and seeing
Caitlin
how the
Clark
women basketball.
Man, I seen Caitlin Clark flop so hard yesterday. I said, man,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Yeah, she be flopping.
She be flopping, man.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I flopped a couple times in my lifetime. I ain't gonna
I
lie.
like her though, man. That's my girl. I like
You
her.
like
You
a
be
flop.
wrong. But you know what? She look, I can't be mad at her, see, because she using that, to take advantage of in the game.
Right,
She
that's
started
what you
off
do.
terrible. She started off terrible in the Big Ten championship. She found it in the second half.
But
Did
then she only had like 12 points going into the second half. It was something crazy.
But the thing with Caitlin is, Caitlin's dealing with a lot less. She don't have as much help as the other girls do, and so
True.
therefore she has to do a lot. And so therefore that's why I like watching her play because she's elevating her teammates. But it's just great, man, to have the conversation be had with women. I mean, give them an opportunity to make the money. These guys walking around looking like women, so why not let the actual women get paid for being women?
I agree.
That part.
Indeed. All right, guys, let's transition over to overtime. Welcome to overtime. This is where we talk about players' lives outside, off the court, off the field, anywhere. And we're going to get into their personal lives here.
This gonna be a good one.
Jalen Green gets Draya pregnant. Jalen Green's about 23. Draya's 40, 39, 40.
Mm-hmm.
Flowers, what did you think of that report when Jaya came out and said she was pregnant?
This might. I'm probably about to say something that you probably think I'm not. You probably be surprised I'm about to say this. Congratulations to Draya, because if that young gun is dumb enough to get her pregnant, all the world to her. Listen to me, guys. Ben, you haven't had any kids. I mean, I know you raised them, but you haven't had. And I'm not saying this to be funny or anything.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is, when you lay down with a woman, I don't care what anybody says. Y'all might agree with me, disagree with me. A man controls a woman getting pregnant. I didn't have a kid until I was 30. Why? Because I was in control.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Drea laid this kid down and said, if you put a gun to his head, or maybe she did. I don't know. I'm just hypothetically thinking. But I highly doubt she did. And for him to do that, to be so young and not, you grew up watching Drea. This is the same chick. Well, I ain't going to even go there. But you grew up watching this girl. She's 15, 16 years older than you. Just look, my point exactly. Put a hat on. That's all you have to do. But that's what I'm saying. Men control. It to me, it's honestly a 95% kind of thing with me. Men control getting women pregnant. They do. She has a son the same age as Jalen Green. Shit, they got more in common than him and her. So, like I say, I can't knock her for getting pregnant by this guy, and when they decide not to be together within the next year or two, she'll get a lot of money, off child support. He's gonna have to pay the bill. That's a win for her. That's a learning lesson for him. PJ Washington, I guess you off the list now.
Oh, what happened to PJ Washington?
He got Brittany Renner pregnant, and then she
Oh,
had a baby, and then left him and made a fool out of him online.
Oh, that's the dude. Yeah, that's the dude from Hornets, right?
He in Dallas now, but I said he got her pregnant, and she left him, laughed at his ass. They ain't got no you messing with, man.
I'm speechless, bro. Like, wow.
Look, I remember 20 years ago, and I ain't trying to go off on the deep edge here, but 20, 25 years ago, I know a lot of shit, all that freaky dick shit been going on for centuries. But morals still stood out. The boundaries were still set. It's like as each year goes by, each key is unlocked and boundaries are no more. People are allowed to do and say whatever they want now, and morals and respect, all that shit is out the window. So, like I say, I can't knock her for getting, pregnant by an NBA guy that's probably gonna make about $200-300 million in his NBA career if he's healthy. Power to him.
Mikey in the chat said Delonte West is still LeBron's stepdad.
We don't need to see Gloria James no more. As soon as after all this stuff came about, we ain't seen Gloria James since.
Man, well, you see what happened to Delonte. So that tell you everything you need to know.
Somewhere, unfortunately.
Man, LeBron.
That wasn't a coincidence. Delonte ended up on the street. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah, I don't care what nobody say either. RC, Draya succeeded in what she, intended to do.
Well, it goes back. I think it goes back for me was when we last time saw. Let's play the last time we saw Jalen Green. His leg was in the air. His leg was in the air. He was getting humped on by another man. I think Jalen Green said, "How can I reinvent myself and make people feel like I'm not that person? Go get Draya Michelle pregnant." Who, if you know the history of this woman has been through the gauntlet with other men in the NBA. Actually, Gilbert Arenas talked about her openly, and others. So, but they were successful in not getting her pregnant. Then young guy comes through and gets her pregnant at 39. These women are savages, bro. They don't even care about being 39, 40 years old for to be having a baby. They don't even care.
They don't care.
You know how old the baby's gonna be
9 months.
How old you gonna be when the baby is actually in the 3rd grade? When the baby's actually in high school, do you know how old? They don't even think about that far. It's just right now and in the moment. But back to Jalen Green. You've been watching this all your life. You're like, when I get money, you and Zion Williamson, I'm gonna go date them. Of all the women you could be with, you go and get these women. And there's women everywhere, man. Listen, Jalen Green, there's women everywhere. Hawaii, South Africa. I'm talking about God put them everywhere. And y'all just zoom into these. Y'all go find these. I'm talking about what is it about using the same gas station as others? Get to the one where there's no pump. But what you want to do, get behind and get in line. You ever seen when there's a hurricane, tornado, or whatever bad kind of weather, they park the car behind you, and you wait your turn? That's exactly what this stupid son bitch did. And one more thing.
Hold on.
It goes back to his legs being in the air. Man, I can't get it out of my sight. And the dude's like humping him, and I'm thinking to myself, it was at that moment. Jalen Green was destined to get somebody pregnant. It was gonna be a Kardashian. It was gonna be somebody. He wanted to change his life, bro. He wanted come on.
See, it still don't matter, bro. You can go, you can be bad for all we know. I'm just saying. But there's no knock against you, Jalen.
Yeah.
But be smarter, man. You could have did the shit died down. Like my initial thought of you wouldn't. Your legs was cocked in the air. My initial thoughts of you recently, have you been playing, you playing ball. So we got past that. You didn't have to get that girl pregnant, but
see,
go ahead.
But see, he didn't even get a girl pregnant. See, he didn't even get a girl pregnant. Like, I almost think these women are something different. Like they are
predators, man. They
They are
predators.
programmed in place.
What if a
Go ahead.
man do it? What if that was what if that man what if Jalen Green was 39 and Jalen was 22? What'd be the conversation then?
All
They be
right,
talking
yeah.
about they be calling the P Diddy. But this my
All
thing.
right.
This my thing. I don't care about the age per se. 39, 22. They're consenting adults. They're both
Of
older.
course.
But this the issue I have with Jalen. You worked all your life in the gym. Drake said in the song, she wouldn't shoot. You weren't with me shooting in the gym. And you work your ass off to get to the NBA to get Draya, 39-year-old, ran through pregnant when you could have. I'm talking about get on social media and just scroll and
Could
find
have
somebody to get
anybody.
pregnant. And you gonna get this girl pregnant, this woman. My thing is this, bro. This is what I want to say to men. When you start making money, when you start progressing in life, when you're into crazy shit like you're watching porn or whatever you're into, there is something in this world that knows that that's the weakness of a man. That's what takes us down right there.
Yeah.
Think about it. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, whoever you name it, they get into that shit, and then it's a consequence. And the consequence for Jalen Green is now that your money ain't your money no more. Okay? Your money is her money, and you ain't even married to her. So, hey, still don't take out of my mind your legs being in the air, Jalen, like you had.
It's still there.
Ben got the video, dog.
Hey, man, it's crazy though, because they don't even care about the kids, man. They don't even care what's gonna happen to them in the long run, or even to the kids they have currently. Like
they
hear about your parents,
probably.
yeah. To hear
And
about
Randy,
like
you a wild boy.
To mess up. What you say?
I said, Randy, you a wild boy.
Yeah, Randy in the chat said Draya's
wild.
daddy count is higher than Adrian Pearson mumble number. And he said, I'm sure the ladies insist on athletes to rock them with no protection. Oh, no doubt, man. Like that's the easiest bag for them to get.
But this is the thing.
How simple are men? Lord.
This is the thing, bro. Listen, I'm gonna share this with you guys on the show. I never ever had unprotected sex until I got married. That's why I ain't got no kids of my own. Like I was trying, but I was protected. You see what I'm saying? I was practicing. I was practicing, but I wasn't really doing it. So listen, dude, listen. I had this thought in my mind that I come from a father who have kids out of marriage. He didn't marry my mom. And I was like seeing uncles who have a bunch of kids and all these different friends I had that had a bunch of kids. I didn't want that for me. It wasn't that I thought I was better. I saw some of them go through certain things.
Yeah.
I saw some of them be not great fathers. I saw a lot of different things. So I just said, that ain't going to be me. So there were girls that were saying, hey, I want to have your baby. Well, guess what? We don't even like each other. You don't even know where you're going. You don't know what you want to do. I don't know what I want to do. So I was smart enough and raised and taught and trained to like see, okay, this person don't have my best interest. And Negro, I'm broke. So do you imagine with me with money, rich, and you tell me I want to have your baby? You done lost your mind.
I bet you do.
you know how many women sit up here and wait for these NBA players at the hotels? Man, you can have any
predators, man.
You can
like
have
why we can't label them as predators? Cause that's what they are.
Yeah,
they looking for a chance to prey on.
But like C said, it can't be a predator if you consenting. Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
but see, being these guys living out their fantasies.
Yeah.
They're living out their fantasies. Listen, just a few years ago, Jalen Green was in high school looking at Draya Michelle on the internet. Like, wow, yeah. Then all of a sudden he get rich and Draya Michelle is in his bed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's like, who your favorite? Who you like? Who your female crush? I know your wife ain't gonna slap you. Who your female crush?
Well, when I was in college, it was Rihanna.
Okay, Rihanna. So all of a sudden you close your eyes, open your eyes, Rihanna, like right there. You get her pregnant. If you're not careful, you're gonna get Rihanna pregnant because you know why? Rihanna's in your bed, okay? So for me growing up, Megan Good, Nia Long, I close my eye, open my eye, Nia Long sitting right there. Oh, we got a problem. Unless I got myself together, unless I got my bearings, she gonna get pregnant. You hear me? So this dude, this is Zion's fan. Look at Zion. Zion in about 10 years gonna have the same legs Kenny Smith got. They're gonna be just like this. Okay. Because Zion, listen, if you see Zion knees, they starting to go that way. He walk like that. He got a Z in his hair. He act like a big old, he act like the Shrek off the movie Shrek. He got a baby for a porn star. No. He got a baby for a stripper lady. The porn star he was messing around with, but the lady he dated is a stripper lady. So what is these guys without the money? Okay, it's like you gotta understand, bro. These guys, they're not only going out buying things they've always wanted, they're being with women they always wanted.
Yeah.
So Jalen Green, I understand, bro. You need better people around you. They'd be like crazy.
No.
But like you said,
because now, like you say, he's stuck paying for 18 years, and now he, like you say, he might be broke. I mean, we see a lot of guys do that. They get these people pregnant, and as you know, they out millions of dollars.
I need these athletes, most definitely superstars, to understand. Would I have this woman without this money?
Right. What kind of swing you got in the bill? So Ben,
and it's cool. And it's cool. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be quick.
Go ahead.
It's cool that you mess around with these women, but have in your mind that you got to be in control of the situation.
They're using you.
So prime example. Go back to Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson with Sierra. Sierra, I remember Sierra dancing. My goodness. Y'all remember Sierra dancing? Okay. 50 Cent, Bow Wow, all these different rappers. And then she finally gets to Russell Wilson. Okay. But before Sierra, he had a white lady. You know, it was just, he had maybe another black girl when he's at, just average girls. Didn't nobody know nothing about Russell, who he dated with. It was just normal, average woman, right? Okay. Then all of a sudden, he turns into Russell Wilson and it draws Sierra. See, everybody talking about prayers. What prayer did Sierra say? Do you think that God is out here picking for us? He gave us free will. So we get to choose, and he says, you know what, Ben, you picked her. I'm going to support it because I know where your walk at and your purpose and what you're trying to do. But Sierra ain't prayed for Russ, and he showed up. Russ got famous. Russ is an attractive guy. Sierra like, how can I get in the area code of Russell Wilson? Take that money for Russell Wilson. She's still my goodies. You see what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
Same with Jay-Z. Take the money off Jay-Z. He looked like an anteater. You ever seen an anteater? That's what Jay-Z looked like. Beyonce is dating an anteater. Okay, so therefore, if you take the money away from him, he got the same. He don't look like that to her. So that then they fall in love. Jalen Green is not he's a handsome guy, so he can probably get women. But Draya Machette is in his mind. He's probably like, I've always wanted you. And he made the big mistake, bro. He made a huge mistake. What they say, should have shot that on the wall. That what he Oh yeah, man. We talking tonight, boy. We talking tonight.
I just that's the life of an athlete, though. It's all about maturity. Yeah, life of an entertainer is all about maturity, man. So let's go ahead and get to our promos before we end the show. Brought to you by Bet Us. We got your game. Place your bets through Bet Us. NBA going on, college basketball, Major League Baseball is about to start up, hockey. So place your bets through Bet Us. Win big. Be like some of the people on DraftKings, and hitting these huge parlays, but do it on Bet Us.
Let me say something real quick.
Yes.
I want to say something to Governor Tate Reeves.
Okay, he listening.
Governor, stop with the shit.
Stop with the shit.
Why are you stopping? Why are you stopping us from making money on underdog? And I'm quite sure I speak on behalf of all the citizens of Mississippi that gamble. Stop it. Stop it, please. It's like you're trying to stop us from bettering ourselves. Mm-hmm. I want to say something else, but I work for the state, so I'm not going to say
it. Wise man. Yeah, it's very unfortunate how they doing this with underdog, because we're making some nice little bread on the side. I was gonna do How much?
I don't want to say, but it was a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
I was hitting here and there, then I was hitting on Bet Us. And the thing is, though, I thought about getting a second job just to run, pay for the little expenses here and there. I thought about doing Amazon. No, not Amazon. It was Walmart. It was something through Walmart, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But I was making some pretty good extra dough on the side just from betting. So I didn't need to get an extra job. So it was just like, now I'm like, okay, now I might have to just do some extra deliveries. But I'm trying to work my way around it by doing through Bet Us.
I haven't even been betting those since this happened. It just killed my spirit.
It did. It really did.
Let me tell you what it is in Mississippi, man. Just be real with you. They keep stuff out of the Mississippi because you got these people who want to be God. They want to play the role of God in this state. They want to control a lot of different things. And my thing is, you want to keep people out of here. You want to, with the Bible Belt, blah, blah, blah. But everybody has a vice. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a vice, whatever your thing is. And for us, it made me watch the game differently. I'm gonna watch it anyway, but it was just so much fun. I did really good this year, but it was fun too. It made it fun.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Anything that takes you away from reality for 30 minutes to an hour, or whatever, that's great for you. That's therapeutic.
Mm-hmm.
And to try to play God and strip us of what we like to do, you go to hell, you glasses wearing something. You don't get me started.
I don't even want to go there, Will. Because I can say some stuff.
You already stole money.
You
already stole money from us. You had clean water during the whole Jackson crisis. They'll bring you trouble water.
You know what they can. This is my thing. Okay, I know we're trying to get done. I just want to say this real fast. Like RC said with this Bible Belt shit.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to play God and sit up here and have morals and beliefs through the Bible, but you sit up here and hung people, doing the Jim Crow. Don't get me started.
Stealing money, lying, manipulating
money.
Okay, but you have casinos in the state,
and we know us that do our research know that the one example you trying to set and trying to put out there and this create this image of being a great Christian. There were Christians who killed Jesus, so I'm gonna leave that right there. But I know my truth now. Don't get me started. But all I know is don't try to come for me. Don't try to come like what you've done is now you got us looking at the game like basketball's already damn boring. So now I'm looking at it like, damn, I need Strus to, at first I cared about Strus from Cleveland hitting a three and giving me my money. Now I'm looking at it like,
they want us to go to the casinos. They want us to personally drive to the Mississippi casinos and place bets. Okay, that's cool and all, but make it to where I can get on my phone and put a bet in, or I can go to the casino. Like we got MGM here, ladies and gentlemen. We got an MGM casino down on the coast in Biloxi, and we got one up north in Tunica, close to Memphis. You have to be in the vicinity of the casinos to get online on your phone and place an online bet. Make it make sense. A click, the whole state could be playing MGM, whatever else in the state. Okay, if you want us to shop through, if you want us to do business through the state, make it accessible. That's all I'm saying.
And that's pocketing that more money in their pockets,
Exactly. Don't know how to run
stupid does.
They holding us back. Cause like I said, I was making good money where I was then have to go get a second job. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying stuff off. I'm buying stuff. I'm buying stuff for the podcast. I'm using the money to put into the podcast. It's just like
I'm gonna end you with this. A wise man once said, "Mississippi like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get."
And that's
damn sure it is.
It's crazy. Most unknown said, "What do we think about Caleb Williams?" Most unknown. I want to save that for the next episode because it's a big topic right now.
Yeah,
and I have another college football video to show, so I want to say that for Friday. because the draft is next month, and we want to dive a little deep into this, especially with Caleb Williams, all the rumors and things surrounding him right now. So if you tune in this Friday, we're gonna talk about Caleb Williams. All right, guys. One more thing. We are affiliated with LoccTocc. Paulie is a great. Go support him with LoccTocc. It's a sports bears community. Talk about bets and other things like that. Get see what other bears are betting on, and y'all win money together. I mean, that's what we all try to do right now. And if you're new to the show, or if you tune in live, go ahead and hit that like button and hit the notification button so you know when we go live. Share with family and friends. We're trying to get our subscribers up, so we really appreciate that if y'all get the word out.
Great show, guys.
And great show. Friday, fan posts, send your sports questions to be asked on the show, like you just did there. Most unknown, you ask the question, you ask questions through the chat. We read them, doing fan posts, and we tell you what we think about certain situations, what's going on. So send in more questions like the most unknown just did, and we'd be glad to answer them. All right, guys, man. NFL draft is next month. We gotta start doing some homework, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're gonna do another draft show.
Mm-hmm.
What was that, RC?
Mm-hmm. I got 11 draft picks. I don't know if I want to sit with you for 11 draft picks.
No, we just go through the first round like we did last time.
Okay.
First round.
We'll do that. First round, we can do the first round.
First round.
You gonna act like you did? We all
oh man, Brian Breesy. Brian,
also
his name is.
But he was pretty good this year, so I can't handle too much. But I still want something else. I wanted more of a pass rusher. I wanted Joey Porter. That's who I really wanted, Joey Porter Jr. But of course we passed. All right, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be back Friday. Great show. Same time, same channel.
All right, y'all.
We are out of here.
Peace.